Okay, Grixis Dragons chat. This is an oldie but a goodie. It's one of the ones that's been up on the site for a long time. We're trying out a couple of copies of Desert Doom here at the top end as another source of card advantage. I've got 3 creature lands here in the mana base. I have cut the 2 copies of Mindstone I'd been playing for a while, and I'm up to 27 lands, and I went up another spell as well. I don't think there's any other new cards I wanted to play in here. Looks pretty reasonable overall. You've got discard spells for hand-based disruption. You've got a bunch of cards that play to the board. You've got Crux of Fate that doesn't kill our own dragons. How does the sideboard look in today's format? This seems fine. Is Flunk the spot removal spell that I want still? I think it is. All right, let's have some dessert in the historic ranked queue and see how this goes. Brainstorm has been oofed. We got the message that Brainstorm had been suspended right before we did that deck tech. About 5 minutes ago. The Bard deck was very bad and very sweet. Just how we like them, chat. So, little sad that this is going to be a tapped land. Wish we would have had that last turn before we played the Blightstep Pathway, but we played Canyon Slough here so we can shock this in and have Prismari Command up, potentially. This also makes Bonecrusher Stomp possible this turn. Nice. I think I'm still just doing this. It's for the 30 months, silly cheese. Welcome back. So I'm gonna shock the shark, make a treasure token here. This sets us up to Dragon God next turn. Memory lamps. Woo! 5/5 mana spell resolved. Alright, hopefully they don't combo kill us next turn. They have indomitable creativity, we die. They didn't loot. I assume we're dead. I did not switch the stream title. Good call. Alright, so we've died. Good chat. Remember, historic is still brutal. Your options are get memory lapsed or combo killed. Thanks for the quarter for your check. Welcome back. Alright, so Heartless Act, Negate. Flunk could be okay here. Cling to Dust is not good. These are good because they shatter and shock. Chandra is slow and clunky. Crux of Fate is not very good. That's true. If they draw the combo, they cannot throw it back into their deck, which is nice. I think I'd rather have Bolas than Desert Doom here. Bloodchief's Thirst is pretty bad. Do I want more top end to close games out? Or do I want like Flunk to have more instant speed interaction? Let's get some more instant speed interaction, I think. Thanks for the follow, Sensei. Good morning. And JN Waller, thanks for hanging out. Playing for Mastery. They don't always have, what's it called? Maybe I could just leave it in because it does cantrip in a pinch, but we didn't see We didn't see what's it called, the mastery card, right? We'll haul the Storm Giants here so we can draw one more card before we decide what we want to do with this. This is probably a game where we just, like, cast Bonecrusher Giant. It's 4-3. And they are playing Mizzix Mastery, so Cling to Dust can come back in. Honestly, we might want a Relic, too. And they binned Mastery while they had Opus in hand, so I assume they have another Mastery. Show me your secrets. Yeah, we're just gonna kill them in 3 more attacks with the Bonecrusher Giant. Against combo decks like this, we basically want to turn into a bad tempo deck. And Bonecrusher Giant's our best early play for doing that. They draw Miscast? I have 2 Opus in there, so it doesn't really matter. Maybe this is just wrong. I'd just rather have things that attack at the top end. You want these relics? I wonder if I want a 3rd Cling. Try this. I think I might want a 3rd Cling over the 3rd Relic. Is Relic even that good in this format right now? Can anybody help me out? What do I want Relic against? Whale poop. I guess these are both tapped lands, right? So if they draw creativity here. Think I'm supposed to play Relic now? Yeah, last time we were really playing this deck, Rogues was popular, and that's what we had the Relics for. It's, like, fine here. me. Nice. It's like, well, we could technically lose next turn if they draw creativity, but it's correct to play Bonecrusher Giant because I'm definitely going to lose if we don't have pressure. So, this is one of those instances where you're just supposed to, like, cross your fingers and hope for the best. Oh, really? They're just making a 3-3. Oh, I suppose they still kill us because of Dwarven Mine, right? So they just want to make a token that can trade with the Bonecrusher. That makes sense. I'm not dead yet. Alright, Geminade. Modern deck this morning was very sweet. Why'd they attack? Because they don't have to commit to trading with the Bonecrusher until it's about to kill them. They can just wait. How's Arena been? We played a Bard class deck in Historic that wasn't very good, but was neat when it popped off. We played an Venka deck in Standard that was truly atrocious. Definitely want to just pop the Shark here so that way they can't have a token in play for next turn. Makes us less likely to die next turn if we kill their token. Well then. It rains, it pours. No Mizzix Mastery Dealer. Oh my god, they hit the Mizzix Mastery. Oh no. I mean, we have like 7 shocks in our deck we can draw, and we have another Glorybringer. You know, not just dead. We're only mostly dead. The loving embrace of Magic the Gathering. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not only is it 12 lands in 19 cards, but none of them are the creature lands we added to our deck. Yeah, I added 3 creature lands in. There. However, the Eye Tyrant's like, put me in, coach! Put me in, I got this! Please concede. Thanks for the 1.5 goat nap. Welcome back. Creature lands, ladies and gentlemen. Creature lands. I told you we were going to shove creature lands into so many different decks. I need to sit down and go through all the decks on my website and add creature lands to a bunch of them. It's probably a project for this weekend. What do I want for my last 2 board slots? I actually like the border list better than the storybook, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Just blend in more. You want more Crux of Fate? Nah, I've got Shadow's Verdict in here. The pleb art got you. It is a tactical advantage to have them blend in with your other lands. That's a big true. I don't even know, like, we have a bunch of removal spells, and we have sweepers, we have negates and Thoughtseizes, like. Is there another targeted piece of hate that we can play that we want? I guess we just, like, play like a couple of Noxious Grasps. Having a card that kills Teferi post board is probably pretty good. We could just play something like 6-mana Chandra to really dunk the Jeskai decks, because people are still gonna play that. Ooh, we could play Uncounterable Dragon. Searching Inferno gets you both the big uncounterable things. Alright, I'm gonna coward split these two. And we're gonna choose to not block warriors and play one of each of those. Blocking warriors is overrated, chap. YOLO, we're on the play. So, I played the Canyon Slough on 1. Okay. I played the Canyon Slough on 1, so we didn't have a lot of black sources. Was my reasoning. I want a Chandra or a Nicol Bolas. We're definitely playing this next turn. We just play Nikki B and try and kill them in the air here. They're a big dumb flyers deck. If they're a big dumb creatures deck, we just fly over and beat them down. Desert does have a sweet animation. They usually do a pretty good job with the legendary dragon animations. And then I can cling to dust this. In response. Yeah, nice. Oh, look, chat. It can reach to the sky. Do 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 do. I am a little thirsty. Alright, so Heartless Act and Flunk sound good. Shadow's Verdict might be okay too here. They had a lot of little creatures. Prismari Command and Kolaghan's Command, probably not amazing. Thoughtseize out. I think we'll probably leave some Inquisitions in. I don't mind breaking up their curve with that. Cling to Dust was like fine there for the Old Growth Troll, but I think that's probably going to be medium on average. Do that. I think Doomblade is better than Flunk. If I thought Doomblade was better than Flunk, I'd be playing Doomblade instead of Flunk. If you'd like to tell me why you think Doomblade is better than Flunk, feel free to do so. Flunk, for example, our opponent played a Toski last game. Flunk kills Toski. I think I'm supposed to take the Uprising here. Mono black aggro is also a deck I expect to get more popular with the removal of Brainstorm from the format. And Doomblade is quite bad there. Doomblade is better than Flunk because I've never been Doombladed out of a math class. Oh, that's some good stuff right there. Oh, I didn't realize this applied to all your creatures with counters. Okay, I should have done this during their upkeep. I didn't realize they were going to get a token. I apologize, I can't read chat. Bye, friends. So, looking for a dragon at this point to close the game up. Desert Doom, Nicol Bolas. It's not going to make us do that, God bless. The satisfying sound of a 5 for all. Listen, it got cards out of their graveyard too. So it's good clean living. Working our way back up to the numbers after playing Bard class in Vecna this morning. I have all of our colors and double discard spell. Let's keep it and hope the top of our deck is kind. Opponent mulliganed. You'll love to see it. Roll. Alright, I'm gonna shock myself to look at their second land tier. There's a reason why there's 2 Thoughtseizes and 4 Inquisitions in our main deck. Crux is a decent pickup. If we live to cast this card, it's going to be great. Narrator, he did not live to cast the card. Where's a Damnation when you need one? Not that I want that card into this format. So, against Gruul, I actually don't bring in Shadow's Verdict. I think leaving the couple of Cruxes in as a sweep up for when they go wide is fine, but in general, you want more spot removal than anything in this matchup. I'm gonna trim some of my top end. I think I'd rather have like these that can block or this that interact with their board better. Honestly, I think I'd rather have the treasure than the recovery aspect of K-Command Chair. I think I want to trim one of these commands. I like having Cling in this matchup because we frequently stabilize at low life totals and it generally gains 6 to 9 as the game goes long. If Damnation was added, would there even be a reason to play white control decks? Yeah, Lightning Helix. Teferi. Lots of reasons. For reference, Damnation is legal in Modern, and Jeskai Control sees more play than like blue-black variations there. For the whippersnappers in chat that don't know their history. Damn kids these days. Hand's pretty good. Bonecrusher is actually one of our best cards in this matchup. It trades with something and then comes into the board to trade with something else. Just good quality 2-for-1 that plays to the board while being a 2-for-1. For the follow, Nicola. Welcome to the channel today. If you're new like Nicola, thanks for dropping in. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. We do about 5 or 6 hours of Magic the Gathering almost every single day of the week. Weekdays, Monday through Friday. We play some Modern on Magic Online. We play Historic and Standard 22 on Magic Arena. Great place to see a lot of different decks. Usually play 2 to 4 different decks per day. Gruul with some creature lands on my list of things I want to try at some point as well. I think I'm into Nicol Bolas, take something out of your hand, trade with one of your threats. No opponent, I said I was going to trade with one of your threats. So, really looking forward to drawing a land next turn. So we can Glorybringer or Bonecrusher plus Flunk. Doomscar doesn't really see play in Standard because normal Standard isn't about card advantage. Or isn't about sweeper-based card advantage like that. It's much more so about things like Innkeepers and stuff. And in Standard 22, creature lands make sweepers kind of medium in general. think shocking myself was correct here. I should technically make them spend the energy first. And then this will eat this, and we'll get to play. Bolas is a follow-up. We're done here? Maybe. Our opponent could definitely, like, they draw another Bonecrusher, for example, next turn. We're dead. I definitely don't think the game is just over. We have a decent amount of closing power here, so our opponent's not going to have that many chances. Ember Cleave is also lethal with the 5th land, right? So opponent actually has a lot of draws that are reasonable here. A decent Collected Company could kill us. So I think we're favored, but our opponent is far from out of this game. I will say I think Lair of the Hydra is the wrong creature land to be playing in Gruul. I think you're probably supposed to be playing. Even this is lethal, right? Because they have the Remanep runes. Yeah, I think the Bugbear land is much better than Lair of the Hydra. I have to draw Cling to Dust, right? Like 2 of those. Yep, it's not gonna do it. There isn't anything in any of the graveyards that heal us, right? Yep, we're just dead to that one. Close game. Our mana base definitely catching up with us a little bit there. Now, if I plus Bolas Planeswalker, they just exile their creature in play. Does deck play Brainstorm before the ban? It did not. There's only 12 blue sources in our mana base. You don't consistently have blue mana early. We are a red-black deck with a blue splash. It's the same reason we don't play cards like Expressive Iteration that are still legal, because the mana base doesn't coincide with playing that card consistently early. It's for the follow, Jankro. We had taken 1 less shock from our lands in that last game. We'd have been okay, but there's a real cost to playing 3 colors in this format. It is not free. I don't think that's true at all, Mikey. In fact, I think the Gruul deck is a pretty big dog to things like Jeskai control. Gruul has largely been pushed out of the format. It will be interesting to see if it's able to push back up now that Brainstorm's no longer legal, but we'll see. I would not be surprised if that deck continues to have poor showings in tournament settings. It basically all but vanished. Make a 4/3 and then we'll start holding up removals. That way we can kill tokens in response to a Transmogrify. What if I just played Desert Doom and let them set up the Elish Norn? How many outs do I have to resolve Elish Norn? Probably not enough. I think I'm probably supposed to just, like, Inquisition here. And then play a tapped land. Okay, that's great. So, what if we bin Glorybringer and land? And then next turn we get to go Thoughtseize Desert Doom. Thanks for the follow, Arcane Spike. Good afternoon. Take their Transmogrify, so don't have to worry about the combo aspect now. Giant 5/5 blocker. Also threatens to generate some card advantage for us. Good afternoon, Evian. Yeah, obviously they could peel another Transmogrify, but this is still the line. So if I block, this has Ward 4, so they can't kill this with the Lorehold command at least. Jamalamala, good afternoon. Jumpin' Jack, thanks for the 5 months. Really appreciate the support. Wouldn't be able to be here without folks like you. Thanks for keeping me around. We're just making it indestructible to push damage. That makes sense. Okay, so K command, you discard, kill you. Bloodchief's Thirst, destroy this, hit you for 5, draw 3. Oh, baby. Listen, chat, if that's wrong, then I have no desire to be right. Well, I guess I didn't need to play that land yet, huh? Because I was only drawing 1 regardless. Worked out the same. Survey says...
It's my turn. Play with fire, you're gonna get burned.
Oh, they're dead to the creature land, right? Creature lands are truly great. Do-da, do-da. Bum 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 ba da da dum. Alright, so Heartless Act kills Elishnorn, and it stops their combo. Mapping instant speed. Negate sounds lovely. Chandra's a sweeper. Shadow's Verdict are sweepers. Fling the Dust is not particularly good here. The discard spells feel like a tough squeeze, because, like, a lot of the cards I care about, Inquisition doesn't hit. And, like, the life loss from Thoughtseize is real. We play, like, 3 Thoughtseizes. I kind of don't mind seeing, like, 1 per game, I don't think. Lost Dragon God is kind of mediocre, huh? Killing 1 single thing isn't particularly exciting. And they usually have extra permanents to exile. Let's trim those to bring the curve down, perhaps. Maybe just board in a couple copies of Flunk as instant speed removal for their creatures. I guess I could leave in a couple Inquisitions. They were fine. They have, what, 6-10 cheap instant speed removal spells already? Let's play all the Thoughtseizes. The Thoughtseizes are very good against the combo draws out of their deck. They're very mediocre against the fair creature draws. When I was playing the opponent's archetype, I frequently boarded out my combo aspect in matchups like this, so I wouldn't be super surprised if they did that, just because it's hard to pull off when I have so much removal. Yeah, like, Legion's Landing flipping here could easily kill us. This is kind of exactly what I talked about when we were sideboarding, right? Like, the Thoughtseizes are just so bad against this part of their deck. Or like playing to the board, we're spending life in cards to hit their hand. Some of the other cards in our hand or our board are like super exciting though. If tokens was a matchup that we cared about that was popular, I think our sideboard would look a little bit different, but I think how we're currently board is probably the best we can do. Being on the play would have made a difference last game too. Our discard spells into removal might have been enough. We'd have been able to like take Legion's Landing on one, for example. I think the 3-mana sweepers aren't very good against most of the other decks in the format, Marty. So I'm choosing not to play them because I don't think they're very good. I think they're obviously very good against this opponent. Elves is not popular. Elves is popular in Best of 1, but that's a different format. It is not popular in Best of 3 Magic. Remember when we added a 27th land to our deck before this set began? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Time to rage at another, right? Murder Pirate using the Angrath avatar. That's a good flavor right there. Save for the flavor chat. Sand's very good. Mono Black Rogues? Gonna go ahead and play this out. Start attacking. Would love to draw lands for the next 2 turns. How about a 5-drop, chat? Think drawing a 5-drop is good? What are the odds we draw a 4th land by turn 4, keeping 3 in our 27 land deck? Probably like 80%. My gut says 80%. 53, 3 looks, 24, 3 looks, looking for 1. 85% to draw a land by turn 4. We are the 15%. Well, shit. This monkey has so many fingers. It does. Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing I chose to register Flunk instead of Doomblade. Gonna go ahead and step on this now, I think. I guess if they play the Blackguard on 2, I might have rather stomped that. It's gonna turn into a Death Touch thing eventually. Oh, Glint Sleeve's a rogue. I love me some Glint Sleeve Siphoner, chat. Opponent's build is sweet. Some neat ideas there. He's a rogue, chat. He's a rogue. Pump the brakes here, get some defense. I'm just gonna pass for now. I think we're gonna shock plus pick. Ooh, they put a Bonecrusher in the bin for us. Huh? Do I want to kill this? I think I want to kill this. I think we go... Nicol Bolas means I can block this, though. I don't know what I want to do with the K command, chat. I think it's Nicol Bolas because I'm out of cards. I want to kill this before it gets bigger. Yeah, but like, why am I killing Rankle? What's the reason to care about that? Can you explain? This is gonna kill us at some point. Does what land off of flipping? Black Castle can bury us here. Might actually be right to trade with Desert Doom and keep Bolas, since Bolas flips in another land. JK, LOL, just like we drew it up. Knew exactly what we were doing. If I attack with this, what happens? They chump block with Ona, and then I'm okay on the backswing. If they don't chump block, I draw 3 cards. This does take the ward down, but they are in top deck mode, so I think that's correct. And then next turn I get to Abyss the Rankle. Like, if they fire up Faceless Haven here, we, like, eat Rankle, trade Bonecrusher for Faceless, take 2, they get an energy. That seems like a great exchange for us. This does give me a treasure to flip Bolas. Sweet. Hit me, dealer. Let's do this. We'll attack with this, and then I think we'll flip this and reanimate their Nighthawk Scavengers with some lifelink.
I have defeated death. Death is nothing to me.
We are technically dead to a removal spell here still, right? Because they can fire up Faceless Haven, we block Haven. Okay, with a brick there, we should be pretty good to go, I imagine. Actually, is the play to win line use Bolas, kill Nighthawk, make them double block, gain 4? I think that's the winning line, right? Let's cash this in. So I'll trade here, chump here. And they need to draw Flying Threat next turn. Yes, killing Nighthawk is worth at least 2 cards. I think that's accurate. Hey, chat! Hey, chat! Creature lands. Creature lands, my friends. Creature lands. Let me tell you about our Lord and Savior, Creature lands. Sucks that we don't get to draw Big Mood. What's going on, Dude Light? Thanks for the tier 3 and thanks for 31 months. Yeah, I think we're gonna start off with Ashkin Severe for the Rune Terror segment today. Punk people out a little bit. This is fine. Any hand that's close to functional you just want to keep against the deck full of discard spells. Hand wants to draw lands real bad, but, you know, don't they all? Skillfully left the Inquisition on top of our deck there. Those of you taking notes at home. I actually think we take Davriel. This card's gonna 3-for-1 us otherwise. It's a really good pickup. Well, we're gonna get the second Zendikar creature lands when via Pioneer. As for Celestial Colonnade, nah, I really would prefer blue-white didn't have that card. We are really bad at drawing a 4th land in our 3-land keeps. It's a decent pickup at least. So, I think we actually flunk the blackguard here. Because if the blackguard is gone, this no longer makes us discard. No problem, Lawson. I read basically every comment on my YouTube channel. And we're dead. It's been a rough day for Grixis chat. We're probably gonna demote this one from high potential after it. I need to do a big overhaul on the website. I gotta get rid of decks that have Brainstorm, gotta add creature lands to a bunch of decks. So Pioneer is never coming to Arena. Are you reading that right? Not anywhere you read that was full of lies and nonsense. What was said was that Pioneer Masters is no longer on Wizards of the Coast roadmap. And I would assume it's no longer on their roadmap because they decided that it's more profitable to do individual set remasters as opposed to one set that has a bunch of playable cards in it. Yeah, Pioneer will be gradually added to Arena via remaster blocks like Kaladesh and Amonkhet that we've already had, as well as historic anthologies. A master set is a special type of set that tends to have a high density of format staples in it. Whereas things like the Kaladesh sets and Amonkhet, those cards have a lot of bad cards in them that aren't constructed playable. So when you have people buying them for the purpose of playing constructed, you're forced to buy a lot of cards in Magic Arena's economy that you don't actually want. I'd wager that someone ran the numbers and figured out that it's way more profitable to just, like, do a bunch of Amonkhet remastered type things rather than not. So I think I actually want to kill this now, so that way they can't, like, collect a company into a lord in response to my stomp next turn. Yes, having proper posture as you get older definitely does wonders for your back and general well-being. I mean, like, you said that as you say you're joking, Mr. Hot Nichols, but anybody who plays games like Arena or any other mobile game that's monetized via freemium model, I would highly recommend taking 10 to 20 minutes and watching some of the videos on YouTube from mobile game developer conferences where they talk about how to maximize revenue from your players. There is a ton of psychology and statistics and stuff that goes into maximizing how much money they're getting from their player base. There's a lot of thought that goes into it. This industry is easily one of the most profitable in gaming. It's much easier to convince people to spend a bunch of money over a series of time, as opposed to with microtransactions, as opposed to getting people to spend, you know, $70 to $100 for a AAA title. Pokemon Unite has like 5 currencies. It does, yeah. Alright, so this is an all Doomblades on deck matchup here against the creature deck. Just gonna bring in my sweepers. Gonna cut my discard spells. A couple planeswalkers. Adding in 5s, trim some 5s. You're shocked Wizards hasn't introduced a premium subscription model. The reason why you don't see premium subscription models surrounding things like Magic Arena is because the amount of money they would have to charge in order for a subscription model to be as profitable as the microtransactions they currently use, no one would pay for it. I've spent over $300 in the last few years on my favorite mobile game, but if I had to spend $70 to buy it in the first place, I would have never bought it. Yeah, not only that, but like, look at the pushback PlayStation had raising the price of PS5 games to $70. If mainstream games had kept up with the price of inflation, they'd be like $100 or more for one of them at this point. Yeah, even that. Dang, like $70 is like, yeah, that's like what they would cost, right? Like, I remember paying $50 for a game 20 years ago. Silvergill Adept is easily their best card against our removal heavy deck, just because it replaces itself when it comes into play. So, like, I'm spending a Bloodchief's Thirst to kill this, but it drew a card, which is big sad for us. Yeah, and rather than games keeping up with inflation and getting pushed back that way, I think we'll just see more and more of them move to the freemium model. Bonecrusher's ready. And Body is ready to step on this fish. Can you freemium a story-driven single-player campaign-focused game? Yeah, it's called Genshin Impact. Came out very recently. It's very successful. I think I want to wait on the K command because ideally I want to trade this and then use this to pick this back up so I can step on another fish. That's a great one for us as well. Genshin Impact is comparable to anime Breath of the Wild more than anime WoW mana symbol. They have counter spells. They could have counter spells, chat. I guess if they counter spell this, I just pick it back up with K command. Which is fine. I'm playing untapped lands here. Plays around Mystic Dispute. Flunk something here as well. In case they're this card's gonna turn a blank into a not blank at some point. So we'll take a hit for 4 here, but our life total is pretty high. They're gonna need to use this on the Glorybringer next turn, which means we'll be able to block with this. Nice. They have another Mystic Dispute, they could be okay, but if their plan is just to tap this, Wizard's Retort's pretty good. Still feels like we're in a pretty decent spot. I'm doing this proactively. While this is worse, while doing this proactively is worse against them drawing a ward, it's better against them drawing a counterspell. Bolas. Alright, I'm gonna murder the Biomancer, and then we'll just flip Nikki B over next turn and start drawing a bunch of cards. We'll be all done. Nikki B puts them firmly into garbage time. So I feel like we ran a little bit bad in that set to start. We had a number of, like, missed our 4th land drops after keeping 3 landers, but that's also kind of a victim of the deck building that we're doing too, right? Like, if you look at a lot of the better decks, even in a format like Historic, a lot of them don't have this chunky of a curve. And maybe there's some consideration to the fact that if Desert Doom felt really good in that set, but perhaps if I want to be going up into this many 5s here, perhaps I need to give up Chandra in order to play something else lower on the curve. I could see that being reasonable. Because this felt good and I would play this again. The creature lands felt good, but I think overall this is what, 15 cards that cost 4 or more. So maybe we cut down to 13. Yeah, I actually had 2 Mind Stones previously. So Chandra helps you get to 5, but like, you just need enough cards to play that you don't die in the early game is the issue. So Expressive Iteration helps find land drops. The problem is that I have a bunch of lands that we're playing for just a black side, and we frequently want to be playing a black source on 1. We also only have 13 blue sources, so the mixture of turn 1 discard spells alongside our blue count means something like Expressive Iteration isn't particularly reasonable, I don't think. Honestly, Cling to Dust is a card that just like always overperforms for me, and it's a cantrip that like gives you main deck graveyard hate in certain edge cases, so I think I'd probably just slide the 3rd Cling into the main, and then maybe just like play like another Bloodchief's Thirst as a cheap piece of interaction. I think I like that. Just drag the curve down, a scotch. This is card advantage in the long game, which is nice. Uncle Pat Cracker, thanks for brand new Prime support. There's a ton of great people you can send that to every single month. Thanks for sending it this way this month. Thanks for the follow, Lil Kim. That gives us an extra slot in the board. Probably Noxious Grasp. Never have too many cheap removal spells. Night's Whispers. I mean, Sign in Blood is technically legal, but I don't think I have enough life gain to realistically play this. There's a reason why I'm only playing 2 Thoughtseizes in the main. It's because, like, we don't have a ton of ways to gain life, which is actually another point in favor of the 3rd Cling to Dust, just letting you have an edge case to gain life, which is nice. I don't think Fry's particularly exciting right now. Green-white company is a deck that sees some amount of play, and this kills Teferi as well. It's not uncounterable, but it still kills Teferi. So I think I'm gonna end here. I was pretty happy with Doomboy. I think I would definitely play that in the mix of the top end. I like playing the curve down a Scotch. The creature lands are excellent, so definitely gonna update the Grixis Dragons deck on the site to be this afterwards. If you're looking for historic decks and you haven't checked it out, I have a ton of decks up on my website that have videos as well as descriptions of how they function. They're currently missing creature lands from a number of them. I'm going to be updating like Grixis Dragons and stuff like that later this weekend, but stuff from the latest set. Life's been busy, but good source to find sweet things to work off of from a base for sure. All right, at any rate, that's going to wrap on Magic for us for today. I'll be back with more Magic the Gathering tomorrow morning. We'll kick off with some Modern, and we'll be doing some more Historic and Standard 22 on Arena. For the rest of the stream today, we're going to be poking into some Legends of Runeterra, which is Riot's all-digital card game based on